So, hello guys. My topic is all about the pedagogy of learning. So, what is pedagogy? Pedagogy is the art, science, or profession of teaching. The word origin from the Greek word paidagogos. Paid means child, agogos means leader, or a slave who took child to school. Also may be defined as the exploration of effective teaching and learning strategies. Pedagogy, most commonly understood as the approach to teaching, refers to the theory and practice of learning and how it processes, influences, and is influenced by the social, political, and psychological development of learners. It is also the art or profession of teaching. Taken as an academic discipline, is the study of how knowledge and skills are imparted in an educational context, and it considers the interactions that takes place during learning. The pedagogy adopted by teachers shapes their actions, judgments, and other teaching strategies by taking into consideration the theories of learning, understanding of students, and their needs, and the backgrounds and interests of individuals, students. What is andragogy? When there is a pedagogy, there is also andragogy. So from the Greek literally means andragogy is adult leading as opposed to pedagogy, which is adult leading. Or it is the art, science, profession of teaching adults. Knowles stated adults as opposed to children tend to be self-directed learners, have a vast knowledge base that can be tapped, rely on peers as resources, are motivated to learn in order to solve problems and apply what they have learned. Some educational researchers will use the term andragogy when examining post-secondary school education. So, an andragogy, no, pagtuturo siya sa mga adult learners. So, ang mga adult learners ay self-directed learners. So, they rely on peers as resources. So, ang mga bata, they rely on the teacher. What are learning styles? So, one definition according to Saracen, the preference or predisposition of an individual to perceive and process information in one particular way or a combination of ways. Research suggests that learning styles originate with a large and develop throughout life. So, learning styles. Ito yung yung mga styles ng isang bata para siya ay matuto. Why should students learn about their own learning style? First one, understanding one's learning style is the first step in one's own metacognition in learning how you learn. Using study methods appropriate for one's learning style will facilitate learning rather than impede it. So, kung hindi alam ng bata ang kanyang sariling learning style, paano niya makikilala o malalaman kung ano ang gusto niya, kung paano siya matututo sa isang bagay o sa isang halimbawa sa loob ng isang classroom. sa isang discussion kung hindi siya marunong at kung hindi niya alam kung ano ang kanyang kakayahan at kanyang sariling style sa pagkatuto. Why should instructors learn about learning styles? We tend to naturally teach in ways that are consistent with how we learn, yet we likely may not be reaching the entire audience. Students with different learning styles may process information differently. So, hindi lahat ng bata, pare-pareho ang kanilang mga learning styles. So, tayong mga guro or instructors, kailangan natin malaman kung ano ang learning styles ng bawat estudyante. Need to apply teaching strategies that speak to multiple learning styles so all students have a chance to succeed. What are some of the learning style theories? Many theories or categories that we have. Each theory has its own set of proponents and a different set of critics. There is no one true theory used for work with the theory or theories that make the most sense to you. But be familiar with the basics of the major theories and here's a sampling. The first one is Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, developed in 1983 by Howard Gardner. This theory states measuring intelligence merely by IQ tests is too limited. Originally proposed 7 intelligences, which account for a broader range of potential. Now, there are 9. According to Gardner, all human beings possess all 9 intelligences in varying amounts. Each person has a different intellectual composition. We can improve education by addressing the multiple intelligences of our students. These intelligences are located in different areas of the brain and can either work independently or together. These intelligences may define the human species. Multiple intelligences. So, according to Gardner, there are 9 multiple intelligences that a human being have. They are logical or mathematical, linguistic, musical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalist or nature smart, existential or able to tackle questions like what is the meaning of life? So they are the 9 multiple intelligences according to Gardner. If you want to know your multiple intelligence, you can go to this website where some of this information was fulfilled. And you can do some other interactive tests at this given website. Neil Fleming, VARK. So, VARK stands for visual, oral, read and write, and kinesthetic. So, most instructors in the classic methods of teaching favor those with a strong read-write preference. Individuals may have one strong preference be bimodal, example, combination of visual, read and write, or oral, and kinesthetic or multimodal. Variation of a theme: VAC, visual, oral, and kinesthetic. In this scheme, the read-write is grouped with visual since for most learners, the texts are seen. Many individuals have adapted this set of learning styles. So, called learning style theory. There are 4 learning styles. The first one is diverging. Diverging perceive information concretely and process it reflectively. Use both interpersonal interaction and info gathering. Can view a situation from many divergent perspectives and brainstorm alternatives. Ask why questions like working in groups. Often found in humanities, arts, service careers. Second one is assimilating. Perceive information abstractly and process it reflectively, or they are called analytical learners. Can assimilate data into a meaningful unit. Ask what if questions. For example, what if I change this? Prefer readings, lectures, traditional classrooms. They found in math, basic science, educational research. The third one is converging. Perceive information abstractly and process it actively. Combine analytical thinking with doing. Ask how questions like lab work, simulations, instructor as a coach, prefer to work alone, and found in applied science, technology careers. The fourth one is accommodating. Perceive information concretely and process it actively. Use both interpersonal interaction with doing. Ask what if questions. Like to learn hands-on but prefer to work in a group. Found in marketing, sales, business management, and some teachers. Its aims may range from liberal education and vocational education. Liberal education, the general development of human potential, and vocational education, the imparting and acquisition of a specific skill. The teacher as knowledge holder and student as the recipient of knowledge, described by Paulo Freire, or the banking methods. The theories of pedagogy increasingly identify the student as an agent and the teacher as a facilitator. Instructive pedagogies are governed by the pupil's background knowledge and experience, situation, and environment, as well as learning goals set by the student and teacher. One example would be Socratic method. The instructor of this learning environment recognizes the learner's need to think for themselves to facilitate their ability to think about the problems and issues. That's all. Thank you so much.